Hey everybody, it's Rory from ANSgear. We're going to take a look at the Valken adjustable car stock for the SW-1. This fits the Valken SW-1, 98 Customs, some of the Alpha series guns. As long as it has the 98 Custom style adaptation to it, then it will fit that style gun. So we have a 98 Custom here, the Platinum series. We're going to go ahead and throw this on. This is a 6-position adjustable stock, so you just pop that thing down, check it out. You can see all the holes right there, so you can adjust it in or out wherever you want it to be. And it is by Valken. So as with any Tippmann, make sure that it's degassed, or with any gun I should say, before you start working on it. And then for this particular one, we've chose the Platinum series because it's easier to take it apart for demonstration purposes. I can disassemble the back end without touching the front end. I've loosened up the set screws here, or the screws through. There's 5 of them. That'll let me remove the back half of the gun without monkeying around with anything else. So we've loosened them up. We're going to start walking the back off there, being careful that we're not touching a lot of other stuff. Once I know that the rear half is ready to come off, I do like to hold down on the hammer to make sure that it doesn't pop out on me. Always check my pins and my springs, my sear spring, my trigger spring, and then all of my dowel pins that are in here holding my trigger and sear together. Make sure that nothing has come out of position. Everything is still as it should be. If everything looks good, we can move on to taking the back plug out. Whenever you're monkeying around with the spring or the back plug, it's a good idea to hold on to the power tube and the hammer so that when you pull this up and move it, all of this stuff doesn't want to come out as well. So I'm going to kind of push down on it and hold it in place. At the same time, I'm going to move these out as well. So we've got our buffer O-ring, we've got our drive nail, spring guide, and our spring, and the back plug. So we're going to just take this out and set it to the side. We're not going to use it anymore. This stock right here, you can see that there is an index tab on the top, and you'll see that this has it as well right there on the top. This will make sure that the stock doesn't rotate when it's clamped inside the bodies of the gun, and it's just going to hold everything in its place. So we're going to slide it out just a little bit. It gives a little bit more room. We're going to set it down, kind of set it just to make sure everything's going to go in as it should. Everything looks good. There's no plastic from where it was molded or anything like that that's going to keep it from wanting to drop into position. So everything looks good on there. I'm going to take my spring and my drive nail and my bumper O-ring, my buffer O-ring. Remember, this does not sit in a particular spot. It doesn't sit in these grooves back here. It just floats around in the middle, and it's just a protective barrier from the back of the hammer striking into either the back of your plug or the back of your stock. It's just a bumper right there. So we'll make sure that our spring goes through our bumper and into the gun or into the hammer. Take our spring, run it into the middle hole. We are not going to put it in the top hole. This top hole is for guns with the ACT. This gun is not set up with the ACT system, so it's going to go into the middle hole right there. We're going to put that down on top, right there. And then we're going to go ahead and fit our bodies back on. Word of advice, before you start to put your body half back on, whether it be the whole section or just the rear section like this, again, check your springs, check your pins to make sure everything is there and it hasn't shifted or moved while you were installing anything. Drop this back into place, making sure everything lines up as it should, just like that. Now when you first drop this on, you might see a little bit of a gap. Like you can see that there's a little bit of space right there. Once we tighten that down, you'll see that space disappear. That's just a new stock taking up a little space, hasn't had time to really set in there yet. I'll tighten that down. Tighten that. Tighten all of these screws down. All right, you can see that our gap right there has disappeared. Everything's solid together. The stock is nice and solid on there, and we can adjust it any way you want. So this has been a look at the SW-1 car stock from Valken. Again, it fits anything that takes a 98 style body or has a 98 style body with the back plug. It's available through the website. As always with the videos, if you're interested in seeing something that we haven't done, always subscribe to the videos. You can hit the subscribe button right here. Leave a comment if something you're interested in seeing, or if you have a question about anything. Check out the stock. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ANSgear.com.